Good Things Festival. Abe Cunningham, the king from the Deftones, one of the living legends, mate. Welcome to Australia.
Hey, thank you so much. That's debatable, by the way, too. But yeah, hey man, how are you guys doing?
Fantastic, bro, and absolute honour to have you here. Welcome to Melbourne. We were just discussing your entrance into Melbourne over the last day. It's been a good one. Melbourne.
Always good. Oddly enough, we were supposed to start a tour here about 2.5 years ago, two and a ish, depending on. And I was 8 hours away. We were 8 hours away of leaving, and COVID was happening, and we're like, And then I think we're gonna go. And all of a sudden we got the call. So my bags were still packed, and they were still packed from 2.5 years ago.
Right.
And they unpacked them, and here we are now. So
here we are. Yeah. Well, that's great. It's great to have you guys back here. Our interviews wrap up before you play, so we're all coming to watch you drum.
Yeah, come on, man.
We can't wait. I'll just jump straight into a few kind of questions.
Sure.
I mean, in terms of drumming, drummers over the last 30 years, you'd be, your name's right up there in terms of most influential and most respected, especially in the genre of like rock, hard rock. And, on the flight, I flew from Sydney today, I was listening to you play. And, it's groove heavy, a lot of ghost notes. So I guess when you're writing your drum parts, like, are you kind of jamming them out first? When you're recording, like, are you kind of playing with feel, or are you playing with intent, or is there a combination of both? Or how's your kind of writing process?
I mean, that's a great question. I hope to have intent, and I want to have intent, this band is, we started this when we were 15, man. So this is a band that I know, and I've, of course, played with other people and always jam with other people. You learn so much by doing so, but the way that we work, for better or worse, is not always the best. But we just jam, man. And there's not a lot of thought, again, for better or worse. But it's just it's a feeling. It's a reactive, and a reactive situation could be
between members.
Could be a lot of smiling, laughing, or it could be, the sticks being thrown and picks being, But that's how we operate, man. So
you've been together for so long, and essentially since you're a kid, pretty much. Predominantly what you know is what your band members produce and create and throw at you, and you throw it back, and that's kind of that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
but also along that same, over those years there's been a lot of time, so there's been a lot of learning and growth and different inspirations coming in into everybody's ears. Mm-hmm. So that's also kind of kept us going too. Wanting to push, wanting to not be stagnant and stale, wanting to try to make something that we like to play, obviously, and hope that others want to hear it. What I mean? But I think that time. Since we started out, we having what we were all into and kind of was our common bonds, we started jamming Danzig songs and shit, and then, but now having that, and then over the years, really seeing a bit of the world and learning about different things and taking that in, and still being able to try to squeeze something out this far along,
Yeah. I mean, longevity is definitely a word that comes to mind with you guys, and still, like, Deftones are a band that other bands love. You're one of those guys. Everyone on the bill here today will be talking about the Deftones and wanting to see the Deftones.
Better do it right.
So with that, obviously a lot of that comes down to the live show, right? So, you guys have been doing it for so long. What's the process, say, for coming out on a tour like this? So are you like reworking the set? Are you like, what's kind of going into a set for something like Good Things Festival?
Well, this is a trip. So, like I said, we just played the other day in Adelaide, and that was an actual headline set. And we were able to play. It's a lot of records now too, so it's hard to choose. Yes. And someone's gonna leave. Hopefully not too unhappy, but you're trying to.
It's a problem to have.
So but this right here is a banger. This is an hour long, so it's really tough. And we wanted to throw a couple little gems in there too that aren't so normal for a festival. It's a festival too, so it's kind of you take that into account. But I think that we have, having this much, the material to draw from, we can kind of like take a few chances and make it, so it's not just a banger, a festival set, banger, all the bangers, having try to create a little something in there too, But and also we're not on tour, so it's another thing too, kind of like, we have been rehearsing, which has been nice, but we've not really been on tour for, I don't know.
For a while.
Yeah, but here we are now, so.
And obviously it's a Zildjian Chats podcast we're having right now. In terms of Zildjian cymbals, is there a series that you're predominantly using, like the Ks or the As?
Yeah.
What's kind of your go-to series?
A's and K's.
A's
They're
and
definitely,
K's,
yeah. Actually, a lot more K's now than there's always A's and K's.
Yep.
Some Z's back in the day, like that for certain things.
Yeah, sick.
Now the Z. So yeah, it's many A's and K's.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, effects these days as well. So And
I want to touch on Orange County snares.
Yeah.
You were one of the Orange County guys way back in the day.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Did you have one of the snares with the big holes in it that was fully cranked up? I mean, I was listening to White Pony. It's sounded like an Orange County snare. It kind of had a pretty...
Oh, fully, yeah.
Yeah, pretty distinct sound.
Yeah, totally. So that's funny that you should say. So yeah, starting Around the Fur, our second album, I got hooked up with those guys. And so that kit was brand new, and that was 6x14... I think 20 people started getting wild with like 50 and 100 million plies, and I just had the thickies, but they were but the 4 holes, 2-inch holes, I think 2.5, 2 inch, and those were all over that record. Yep.
And
then actually they've been everywhere, but and then the next record I got a couple more made that. So the Digital Bath is another snare. I still have a couple of those left, and then they're like so holy snares, and I was able to make Tama was able to make a signature snare for me for a while. Maybe we'll make some more one day. I don't know.
Huge,
I know this is a Zildjian thing, but come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that is actually, so I was playing Zildjian bell brasses a lot. So long story short, I wanted to try to create the best with both those worlds. So we came up with a 3mm brass drum with the holes, all of that. So I'm trying to get, that's what I'll be playing today. And so.
Sick. Yeah. Now on the plane, as I was traveling here today, I thought, I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
I'm 35. I've been playing forever, but I'm always working on things. There's like different things I'm working on. I played a gig last night, and the focus of the show was to play less. Sometimes I try to play more. Like today I'm going to throw a bit of extra crazy stuff in.
Yeah.
Last night I was like, I'm going to play more for the song and really pull it back.
Different gig though, or different players?
Same gig, but I was like, I'm just going to kind of pull it back and just really play tight.
Right.
So I'm wondering, like, someone at your level that's been doing it for as long as you've been doing it for, that's at the level that you're at. Like, with a gig like today, is there something that you're going in thinking of? Like, is there something you're going to kind of focus on that might be super minute?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's got to feel good. Trying to, I get excited like we all do. And maybe, there's no clicks involved, so there might be some typical issues from time to time. Yeah. But I've really been trying to just focus on that. Just keep it loose, keep myself loose. Especially when we're not, if we're on tour, we're in a groove. You get, even warming up, I just kind of like just stay warmed up through the day. Because you're doing it every day. For months at a time, and but I just try to keep it fun and light. And at this point in the juncture, for us to be back down here again, and to be able to still go and play and people may hopefully show up. It's just, it's really it's what it's all about. So I'm focusing on just having a really, really good time, man. And keeping those things in the back of my head. But also, if I think too much, then then next you're gripping and you just try to be loose and smile. It might look like I'm not having fun, but I'm having a blast. So
get up, have fun.
Yeah, man. And hydrate, and keep it and be aware. I'm just, there's times, as is anything with life, when in a band situation where you might not be getting along the best with one of your bandmates, and or that's life, or any mate for that matter. But and so you want to like kind of stick it to them, and I'm going to do this, and then, so I'm being more aware. Well, I'm just being aware of as we should as drummers, because you got to watch it all. We have the best seat in the house, and you got to, so I'm just trying to be aware and be a better team player.
Got a question for you.
Go for it.
With no clicks or anything like that, you're obviously a band that's playing by feel.
Yeah.
Do you follow the other guys with is there certain things you follow, like Chino, like is there like movements he might do to indicate to you different tempos or how fast you want something coming in?
That's a great question. That's kind of what I'm getting at also. It's like just being a better team player and being aware, and because even if you're pushing a chorus or something, just even a tiny bit, the singers, they're dying, and it goes, they gotta, so just being aware, and if someone's smiling, there's nothing better than the guys looking back at you, and just when you're, those magical moments, they're far and few between. When you all get like, whoa, that was like one of those moments,
Yeah,
you know.
sick.
But when you get a little good look from your homies, you know,
Yeah, it's great.
And it's our job to try to make it nice for everyone else too.
Yeah.
You can also throw a stick at them if you need to as well. But, you know.
Dude, all right, we're getting the round up, so we'll keep things moving, man.
Okay.
But that was epic, man. A real honor to chat to you.
I wish we could go on and on forever, but
I
yeah.
love this, and we'll be watching.
Okay, yeah, come on up.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome to meet.
Thank you too. Thank you guys so much.
Enjoy Australia, man.
Always.
Yeah.
Very, very happy to be down here,
Yeah.
man. I think I'm gonna go have one beer
Yeah, do it, brother.
and some water.